Hi there, Dr. Rich here. Hope you're having a great day. I'm here to talk to you about SPSS and running a independent samples t-test as part of your homework for DBA820. I have SPSS on my screen. I also have an HR data set loaded up. On screen is from Kaggle. You can search Kaggle for HR dataset. It is a dataset that my colleague Dr. Carla Padalano and I put together some years ago for a course on HR metrics and measurement, where we actually have students take this data and create data visualizations and basically uncover various insights. Well, the insight that we want to uncover for this example t-test is whether there's any statistical significant difference in salary between men and women. So I need two variables. I need a continuous variable, which I have salary, and then I need a grouping variable. So a grouping variable, some variable that has two groups in it. A t-test is useful when we want to compare means across two groups. If there were any more than two groups, we're going to use an ANOVA instead. But right now, I want to show you the basic t-test because that's part of this assignment. The mechanics are pretty straightforward. I'll just show you exactly what you need to do. Whenever you pick your data set, you need to find a continuous variable that makes sense. After you kind of look through and explore the data set initially, you want to find a continuous variable like salary, something like that. And then you need to find your grouping variable that has only two groups in it. So in this case, I'm using salary. I'm using gender ID, which you can see right here. And I've previously coded gender ID as either 1 or 0. So 0 being female, 1 being male. And without further ado, I can show you how to run this in SPSS. We're going to come up to the Analyze menu option and then do Compare Means. As I said, a t-test is a comparison of means across two groups. I've loaded in the test variable as salary. You can see all the variables listed down here. Okay, and I have this grouping variable. So in this case, I'm going to use a grouping variable of gender ID, since I know it only has two groups. Then you'll notice these two question marks. So I need to tell SPSS what the two groups are, how they're coded. So define groups, and then we're going to use specified values, group 1 being female, group 2 being male. And we'll click OK. And SPSS is certainly happy to produce the results for me. You'll see the group statistics. It gives me the mean and standard deviation of both groups right off the bat. And of course, the number of entries for female looks like our organization, this particular data set, there are more females than males. And females have a mean salary of around $67K, and males have a mean salary of around $70K. Well, is that statistically different? Right? It may be a little bit different here, but is it statistically different? Excuse me. Then we come down here to the results of the independent samples t-test. We are going to want to be looking at this significance value two-tailed. If you imagine the bell curve up like that, and then we're going to basically put the cutoffs on each tail to the far left and far right, and it gives you the p-value. This is essentially your p-value. Anything below 0.05, we are going to reject the null. Anything over 0.05, we are going to fail to reject the null. So here we have a 0.324, meaning we don't have enough statistical evidence to reject the null. And what's that going to tell you? That there is no statistically significant difference in salary between men and women. And you're going to report all that. Coincidentally, in the homework assignment, you will have to write out the null and alternate hypothesis. You'll have to write out your basic research question, and you'll have to discuss these results and how you came to the conclusion you did for your particular data set and your particular hypothesis. All right, any questions, feel free to reach out, and we'll see you in the class real soon.